All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to jump back in time to the Vedic Age, a really crucial moment in ancient history that was completely turned on its head by just one single game-changing discovery. So let's set the scene. Picture this. One of the world's great ancient civilizations, the Indus Valley, just poof, vanishes. And for 200 years, it's like the historical record just goes blank, total silence. Which leaves us with a huge question, right? Who or what came next? Well, that next chapter is what we call the Vedic Age. And here's what's so interesting about it. Our main clues don't come from big, impressive ruins. Nope, they come from these sacred texts, a collection of hymns called the Vedas, brought by a new people, the Aryans. Now, this entire period stretches out for almost 1,000 years, all the way from 1500 to 600 BCE. But you really have to think of it as a story of two totally different halves, and they're split right down the middle by one single, transformative moment, a genuine turning point. And that year, it's 1000 BCE. Yeah, a date that some historians say is one of the most important ever. So what in the world happened then? Well, the impact was so huge, so profound, that our source material literally says the world was turned upside down. Everything, the entire path of civilization on the subcontinent, was about to be completely reforged. And what was the catalyst for this massive shift? A metal. That's it. Simple, strong, and absolutely revolutionary. Iron. When the Iron Age hit this part of the world, it changed everything. I mean, everything. Okay, so to really get our heads around just how big this change was, let's do a little before and after. We're going to look at the economy, politics, and, the very fabric of society itself. Okay, first up, the economy. Before iron, in the early Vedic period, life was pastoral, so wealth wasn't about money, it was all about cattle. Cows. People were always on the move, semi-nomadic. But then, after 1000 BCE, iron tools just completely flipped the script. Suddenly, you've got strong iron axes that can chop down dense forests, and iron claws that can break up tough soil. And just like that, the whole economy shifts to farming. And now, wealth is measured in land. And of course, a huge economic shift like that is going to have a massive political impact, right? So before iron, you've got these mobile tribes called Jena, led by a chief with pretty limited power. But as soon as people settle down to farm, those tribes start to look a lot more like territories, what they call janapadas. And this is where you see the rise of powerful kings, sitting on thrones with all these big ceremonies. And you guessed it, the beginnings of taxation to support this whole new setup. Now, this shift also shook up society in a huge way. In that early period, society was a lot more fluid. And what's really amazing is that women had some significant rights. They could get an education, even participate in assemblies. But as things got more complex and settled, this really rigid social hierarchy, known as the Varna system, started to take hold, that four-tiered social structure. And really tragically, the status and freedom of women took a major hit. So, we've seen what changed, but how? How could one single metal cause such a complete and total transformation? Well, let's trace the chain reaction that iron set in motion. It was this incredible domino effect. It all kicks off with forging these new, super strong iron tools. With these new axes and plows, people could suddenly clear these massive, dense forests that were basically off limits before. This unlocked a ton of new farmland. And for the first time ever in this region's history, they could produce a surplus of food. And that surplus, that was the game changer. It meant not everybody had to be a farmer anymore. And that's what allowed for permanent towns, for specialized jobs, for armies, and ultimately for kingdoms. So here's the real takeaway. The changes that iron brought about weren't just some passing phase. No, this was the moment they laid a brand new foundation for the entire future of Indian civilization. I mean, this was it. This was the moment that a semi-nomadic, cattle-herding people finally put down roots and became a settled, agricultural civilization. It's just a fundamental shift in the human story on the subcontinent. And it was all kicked off by one single technological breakthrough. And the legacy of this time, it's just immense. You can literally see the foundations being laid right here. I mean, think about it. Core ideas like the Varna social structure, the whole concept of kingdoms and territory, those foundational religious texts, an economy built on land, even the Gotra system for tracing your family line, all of it, it all has its roots right here in this period of massive change. And that really leaves us with a final big question to think about, doesn't it? I mean, this all happened 3,000 years ago. But when you really look at our world today, at our social structures, our political boundaries, the incredible value we still place on land, you have to wonder, how much of our modern world was actually forged back then, in this ancient